Hello, and welcome back to this Library of Ruina series. Today, I'll be showing you how I deck build in the first chapter of the game. This video is more to familiarize you with the terms that I'll be using throughout the series, as the first few chapters of the game are very simple. In this video, I'll be going over how to build decks, different categories of cards, and how to use them. First off, some terminology that I'll be using. I split cards into 4 categories: bombs, counters, utilities, and value. Bombs are high cost cards. They'll usually win clashes, they usually have very high roll ranges, and do a ton of damage. Later in the game, when most cards have strong clashes, bombs are harder to identify. I like to classify them as cards that you can put into decks regardless of synergies because they're that strong. Some examples of a bomb in Canard would be these cards. Counters are cards that counter specific strategies that the enemies have. These cards require knowledge of the enemy but are very useful. Some examples of counters for Canard are these cards, as they counter 3 of the most powerful cards that enemies use in this chapter. Utility cards are cards that provide value other than damage through status effects or defects, or through page draw and light regeneration. Although you don't get any good ones until later, some examples of utility cards would be these. Finally, value cards are cards that are generally good. They have decent clashes, aren't too draining on your light, and feel good to play. These become more relevant later in the game as bombs become less useful in multiples and as decks become more synergistic. Some examples of value cards are these. One last thing is how I notate combat dice in pages. The die type is fairly self-explanatory: offensive, defensive, or the specific type. I'll also say having a certain die type on a number, for example, block die on 1 or offensive die on 3. That means a card that has the corresponding die in the number's position on the combat page. For example, Skitter Away has an evade die on 1 and 2, and a blunt die on 3. Overall, your decks in this chapter are generally going to consist of 3 to 6 bomb cards, 1 or 2 counter cards, and 2 to 4 value cards. Receptions are too short for things like light regen or page draw to be relevant, as long as you clash smartly, and even then, you'll generally still be able to pull ahead with 1 or 2 non-3 cost cards. An example deck that is usable for the entirety of Canard using only Wrath's pages is this. My thought process is as follows. 3 of Gut Harvesting can clash against almost anything, and 3 of Dirty Blow can clash with whatever outrolls Gut Harvesting's first die. 2 of Skitter Away can be used as a counter to most low rolling pages, as well as going first, as it always eats the evade die on 1 and outrolls the pierce die on 2 very reliably. Finally, 1 of Backstreet's Dash can win quite a few clashes and is low costed, but is the most replaceable card. Here's what your decks might look like at the end of Canard and going into the second chapter. Overpower is a very overpowered card, so you run a 3 of. 5 to 6 wins almost anything and it gives 2 emotion coins guaranteed. 2 of Going First because the dodge die can blank a lot of things and it does good damage. 1 of Commandeering because 4 to 8 is the strongest die you'll have in the early game and the extra effect isn't bad either. 2 of Gut Harvesting and 1 of Skitter Away for the same reasons as before. Essentially, right now, you want your decks to be full of the strongest cards regardless of light, with 1 or 2 low cost cards in case the reception goes long. In the next video, I'll be going over the next chapter, which has a few new cards and a new deck building idea which is more in line with the norm for the rest of the game. Expect that video soon, and as always, thank you for watching.